Hey folks, Chill here. We're gonna watch another game that I played for Ranked today, and we were on the blue side in this case. We had Fiora top, we had Shaco jungle, Skarner was actually support, I was mid. I'll bet some of that confused the other team. Corky ADC, and on the red team it was Turundle in the jungle. They had actually a Heimer support with Varus ADC, Kennen mid, and Riven up top. Of course, I'm mostly going to be interested in watching this for my own play, for my errors and so on, and what I did right, what I did wrong. But, okay. I've got the Ghost Bride Morgana, which is kind of cool. It's I think it's the coolest skin of hers, but anyway, alright.
To Summoner's Rift.
I like to buy skins when they're on sale. That was on sale a while ago, so there you go. Alrighty. And I'm gonna, for this one, actually it was, let me pause it for a moment. It was not a terribly close game, so I was kind of curious to see some of the other things that were going on, so I am going to keep Fog of War off for both sides. Normally in these games when I'm watching for my own play, I keep my Fog of War up only, and so I can see what I saw at the time. But in this case, I'm kind of curious what the other team was doing. I want to see what was going on sort of behind the scenes. Okay, well I end up warding here, and Trundle, you can see they're the traditional Trundle, and Varus is there. Kennen's now heading mid. I ward there, and basically our whole team except for Fiora end up kind of wigging out here and just hanging out, looking for any trouble. But they're doing the same. They're not looking for an invade either. I find that at least in this relatively low elo that I'm at, I'm in bronze 1, and I'm solo queuing this game, by the way. I find that there's not a ton of invades. Sometimes there can be, but usually what'll happen is if one team has a hook, that's when they definitely start to invade. I mean, I rarely see someone, especially with a Blitzcrank, play with and not go for an invade early. Alright, so I'm going mid. Fiora's now kind of protected the blue buff. She's just heading up top in time to get there early. Shaco doesn't really need much help. I know it's kind of pronounced Shaco too, but I like Shaco better. I'm going to call him Shaco. Our team gets there a little bit before theirs, so that's fine. I'm not sure why Heimer's there but not setting up turrets. You'd think he'd at least want to throw a turret there in the bush. Maybe he's briefly okay. Okay, well he's up now. And what happens in middle is not too exciting early on. I'll just let you know that we just trade farms. I put some harass down when I can. He puts some harass down when he can. But unless a jungler's coming in, there's not a whole lot else going on. So Fiora is getting burned down by Riven. Riven's pretty powerful, but Fiora gets level 2 first. So kind of curious to see if she goes in. Oh, except Riven gets level 2 as well. And Fiora has to flash out, and she goes down. So they get first blood. Obviously bad for our team. Alright, Varus is trying to farm under turret. Heimerdinger is kind of coming around from the side. He has turrets, so I'm not sure why he's coming down from the side exactly. He gets exhausted by the Skarner support. Skarner gets exhausted in turn, and it looks like Heimerdinger might get away. We'll see. They're sure going deep after him. Skarner slows him down, hits him with his Q, and that's all she wrote. They do get him down. In fact, Corky gets the kill. Alright, meanwhile I have to ping because Kennen went away from mid lane. He was following to see if he could help get a kill, but unfortunately he was a little late. So I'm now pushing in on lane. And I gain level 4 before he gains level 3, which is good for me. They go back to lane. Varus has to be a little careful now. So It's hard to say whether Skarner makes a really great support or not. He certainly does a reasonably good job in this game, but he's against a Heimerdinger support, and so it's just a very weird matchup. It's not a matchup you'll see a lot, so it's hard to say if it's actually a good one or if it just worked out this time. Heimerdinger's coming down, puts down a turret. He's getting some harass on Skarner, who feels like he has to back up. Probably a good idea. Meanwhile, I'm warding up at mid, doing some harass. Kennen's still standing in his in the middle of his minions, and he learns pretty quickly that he needs to not do that because I am going to use my AoE as harass. Alright, it's now 23 to 23, we're even in farm. And up top, unfortunately Fiora does get killed, and also Fiora disconnected. Because she died around that same time, I was worried that she had quit, but looks like that might have actually just contributed to the death. She reconnects, so not too bad. And unfortunately, our jungler does not get any kills there. He has one kill to his credit. Almost no farm. 9 farm here at 5 minutes. And he's now doing a little bit more. Alright. Actually, I think he just killed a ward or something. And in the bottom lane, they're trying to hold off these. Boom! Oh, Corki's able to clear those turrets pretty easily. So, yeah, that's a tricky part. Now, how much? Let's look at Heimerdinger. He's got 25 ability power. That's not bad. However, with his turrets getting more hit points when he has more health, when he has more AP, so it's tricky because if you need to be a little bit tanky if you're going to play support, if you're going to be forward at all, but your turrets are going to just get wiped out. And here is Shaco feeding my middle lane, so I wasn't too happy about that. Kennen actually managed to push in the wave before I could get back, and he's ahead on farm by a slight bit. He has to back now, so I'm going to push under his turret. I do miss some farm. It's kind of expected with Morgana a little bit, but I could do better. And I do push it out. And since I just came back from lane, or from shopping rather, I figure, well, I don't need to do that. Now you can see I have to run back. He's got teleport, so that's actually pretty clever of him, because that lets him farm pretty darn well. It lets him, when he pushes out his lane and I have to go back, I end up losing farm, whereas he gets to come back and just teleport. So Corki's burning down Heimer. Heimer uses his heal, but he's still super low. Skarner's low as well. Varus is trying to kill Skarner, but just doesn't quite put the damage down. There's a heal going down. They already killed the Heimer. Skarner's a little bit too tanky, and Corki gets Varus as well. So our bottom lane is doing pretty good. 3-0-0 with Skarner 0-0-3. 2 kills on the Heimer, 1 on the Varus. And unfortunately, Corki has to go back, or decides to go back when there's a huge farm wave here. So I guess the only good thing about that is that Skarner's gonna get a ton of experience and gold there. And up top, Riven has now killed Fiora yet again. She's 3-0-1, and Fiora is 0-4-0. Obviously horrible. She's behind in farm as well. So not a good early start for Fiora. You want to get fit, and you certainly don't want Riven to get ahead. So there's me putting down more harass. Kennen, of course, is able to push things back pretty well, though. It's not like I don't manage to land the thing, but I do get the root. He's going around me. It's not good for me. I have to get out of here. I put the spell shield on. That helps a little bit. And I get out of there. Fortunately, he did not have help from the Trundle, who was down trying to help out the bottom lane there. Up top, Shaco's coming around, trying to sneak up from Riven from behind, and not much he can do there. So he just backs out. Fiora's going to get, however, some pressure. She's only 1 level behind, quite a bit behind in terms of items and so forth, but because she's almost full health and Riven is at about 1/3 health, it's pretty good for her. I'm not sure what she's thinking of doing here. I guess she's going to go for the ult. Okay, and she does get the kill, but
Shut down.
yes, and she gets out. She kills the kill. Varus kills Corki in the mid lane. Shacker's trying to help me, but we're not able to get that. Right, that was not my ignite. That must have been, yeah, Shako going for the ignite. I missed that Kennen CS, and I was really mad about it at the time. Kennen is low, but I really don't. What I'm doing is biding my time because we have all this wave here, and I do not want to go after it. Trundle is checking out the red buff, and he's coming up behind me. This could be bad for me, except first he wants to clear this out. I'm going in after Kennen a little bit. Miss the Q, and therefore I'm not going to go under turret for that. So he's low health, but he's not being forced out of lane yet. Trundle's still around. We don't have vision of him. I certainly don't have vision of him. Trundle put some nice deep vision in, which will last a little while. Ken and I are attacking each other. I'm looking for an opportunity. Nope, I totally blew that Q. Get some harass down with my AoE though. Bottom lane you can see is in a fight. Trundle's going down, so I'll check that out here in a minute. I'm looking to put some more damage, but not able to really do much. Meanwhile, our bottom lane's being pushed back. Skarner's going to go down. Corki's pushed back under tower. He's pushing back on the Varus. He's, almost lands the skill shot. Kennen's going back, and so I'm going to be pushing in the lane as fast as I can, because we're both playing the push it under turret as fast as we can game. I peeping that he's missing, and Corki has to have Valkyrie out of there. Trundle has already given up and heading towards mid lane. He's actually heading towards me. He's at full health. I'm a little bit low on mana, so I've got to be a little careful. And I don't have any vision at the moment. I believe I had warded, but I do see Kennen come in on me, and I see Trundle, and that's enough to push me out safely, fortunately. And I don't want to leave because I know that it would mean Kennen just pushing the wave back. So. Alright, up top, now turned the tables and is now killing Ribbon pretty regularly when she's got her ult up. And you can see that she just used her ult, and she pushes the lane under the tower. However, Trundle's coming down, he's low, she's low, he is coming after her hard, but she's going to be able to get away, no problem. There we go. Heimer is being pinged because we do see him in the bush. Skarner's going after him. He gets ulted by Skarner and exhausted. That's Heimer going down. No problem. Varus was out of position to help, and there was just nothing he could do once he got ulted. Meanwhile, I am still 0-0-0. I'm looking for a clean shot, but the problem is that I'm having to use my AoE to clear waves, keep them from pushing right under my turret, which means I don't always have my combination on. But I do put the combination down here. Here comes an ult, I believe, and I also ignite him. Oh, there we go. So I didn't actually ult him, I probably should have. But I do manage to get the kill using the ignite, I'll take that. And that makes me 1-0-0. The farm is about even. I'm going to get a little bit more here before I head back, and I want to make sure, of course, that this wave is well under. There we go. I just push that, and I just back out, assuming that I'll get one or both of them, hopefully. Corki gets killed. Skarner's in big trouble. He gets killed. just check. Okay, my mic is still working fine, so that's good. Kennen's able to use his teleport. He basically misses that whole wave, though. And that's not good for him. We've got another fight. Yeah, bottom lane is just a bloodbath. And now it's 6-2-1 for Corki. And things are starting to really tilt towards our bottom lane. So that's good for our bottom lane. Now, I don't necessarily believe Heimerdinger is a horrible support, but he's tricky. He's very tricky. And because he doesn't have a ton of CC, and the CC he has is rather hard to use, it's not as easy a support as a lot of others. But you can zone with him. He's definitely capable of doing some serious damage. But you can see he's just having trouble against this Corki Skarner. And I think because Corki's able to take a lot of his turrets down with his skill shots, and Trundle's tanky enough and has a CC, I think it makes it hard for that bottom lane to really do too much. Fior's doing a good job. She's almost caught up in CS. She's 3-4-0, Riven's 4-3-1, so she's almost caught up in that turn as well. Fior goes in after she laughs at her, puts the harass down, actually takes her to lower health. Riven's coming back in, but Shaco's using his invisibility, but Riven already knew he's there. He's just trying to cut her off at the pass. He's in trouble though. He takes harass. Fiora uses her ult and she gets out, no problem. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, I believe I got a kill on Kennen. Let's double check this. Yeah. Okay, let me check that again, because that was actually kind of an interesting one. This is just a straight up Morgana kill, I believe. I'm raining down the harass, then I'm going in hard. Use my ultimate first. I know his flash is down, so I give him the ignite, I give him the QW combo, and that's enough. So in that case, I actually did use the shackles first, the ultimate, which is a little weird, but it did work. Riven goes down, as we know, and Fiora did get away. We saw that. She escaped under turret. She's going to push that under tower. Not sure if she's actually going to go for damage on the tower. Nah, she's low. She's going to get out of there. Now Trundle is going after Shaco. Shaco's low. He's in trouble. And he gets feared, but Shaco should have just run the hell away. Trundle's got his number now, I think. Indeed he does. However, who can Fiora beat Trundle in a straight up fight? Our bottom lane is now officially going ham. I was trying to help just in case, but Fiora was able to take out Trundle in a straight up duel. And I just go back, so I'm trying to just get as much farm as I can. It's now 110 farm for me, 114 farm to 100 for Kennen. And Skarner takes out the bottom turret along with Corki. And we're going to try to do some damage here to Kennen. Not too worried about the turret. I'm only going to damage the turret when there's not a Kennen there to stun me, because I do not want to be taking tower harass and get stunned by Kennen. So Kennen comes in, gives me a tiny bit of harass, but no big deal. I've got some magic resist from my chalice. And he's finding it hard to really do much to me.
Shut down.
And Varus does finally get a kill back on Corki. They get a little greedy going up top. Staying up there that whole time. Skarner's going to try to get out. He takes some more harassment on Heimer. I think Heimer was expecting that to kill him, but it doesn't. Meanwhile, Shaco takes out the dragon solo. That's pretty damn good. Sorry about the camera work there. I jigged when I said jag. Meanwhile, okay, let's watch, because I did kill Kennen here again.
Shut down.
You can see Kennen's at half health, and my ult is back up. I put the Q down. As soon as I see that hit, I put the ult. I had already used that W on the minions, and that is enough to kill him. So, yeah, Morgana is very, very strong, especially, with even a little bit of items. And he's starting to build magic resist, but it's just not enough. I'm now 3-0-0 and ahead on farm. Meanwhile, bottom lane, there's another crazy fight here. Shaco's in big trouble. He goes down. Fortunately, Shaco is not a big help here. How many stacks does he even have on his wriggles? 19 stacks here at 18 minutes. So he's more than 10 stacks away. Or is it now 25? I can't remember. Did they reduce it back down? Or did they leave it at 30? I thought they were going to reduce it back down, but then I can't remember if they decided not against that. I just do a little bit of farm because I don't see any angle in going towards the lane here. There we go. And actually, with the health back from the big wolf, I'm back to almost full health. Half mana, but no big deal. I've got some pots and I've got my chalice. So Kennen was trying to push in the wave with me gone, but I'm easily able to pick it up, take out the waves, get all the farm. 130 farm. Our bottom lane's going ham. Varus gets killed by Corki again, and Corki's going to take out a bunch of farm. Kennen's going in for a kill. Trundle's there now. They're going to see if they can push back. And I am now heading into the jungle because I see what's going on. And there I go. There, I see Kennen use the splash. I thought he was going to keep going, but he missed with my Q badly. But an ult and a little bit of W harass is able to take him down. So now we're going to push in under the turret. At least we're going to try to, but Heimer's there and Trundle's there. So I'm working on the turret because my abilities are briefly down. And there's my Q attempt, but I miss. Put a W down as well. Not a whole lot. Doesn't amount to a whole lot. We see Trundle go into the... I think he thinks he was being sneaky, but we still had vision at that point, so we knew he was there. He gets pushed out. I managed to kill Heimer, so let's watch that again, because I'm not sure exactly how that happened. Let's keep the camera here. Oh, we both barely missed Trundle. Heimer's there. He gets ulted by Skarner. My ability goes in and kills Heimer. So that was an excellent ult by Skarner. And yeah, Skarner makes a surprising support. Meanwhile, Riven's trying to push down our turrets and do some split pushing. Not a bad idea by her. I mean, given where she is and the fact that so many of us are over here. We're doing our best. We still want to push up, especially since Heimer's dead. But we decide in the end, nah, best to back out of there. And I'm backing up. Fiora is going after Riven, but yeah, that's not going to amount to anything. And now Trundle and Kennen are kind of hiding out in their jungle. Looks like Skarner's backing. Shaco goes after his blue. He does get his blue, I believe, or at least he has a blue on him. Yeah, it's new. Corki gets out of there. Corki manages to take down Riven, and now they're chasing him out. I'm unfortunately not here for this fight. Kennen wipes out Corki. That was a good assassination by Kennen. But Fiora comes down on the Kennen, and that's all she wrote for that. Fiora's taking big harass from Varus. I'm just pushing up mid. There's a nice juicy wave. I get as much as I can. Oop, missed that one. Alright. And two of them dead and Corki dead. We're just kind of pushing out waves. Looking for a good opportunity. Looks like Skarner wants to go after Heimer. He's gonna see he's got Heimer from the wrong side. He's definitely tanky. He's got twice as much health as Heimer. So that doesn't take much. I'm pinging because there's two bad guys coming. And but they back off, so Skarner's gonna kind of turn things here, or try to. He ults Varus. We go in, do damage on him. So Corki gets the kill, and we go in hard. Heimer has to flash. We're gonna chase him down as best we can. Corki's pushing it hard. I'm behind. I'm kind of lagging behind, so I'm just doing what I can to clear waves and move things along. And Corki manages to get the kill on Heimer. Meanwhile, Kennen, though, is getting ready to push in on our mid turret. And it looks like he's going to take it. No problem. In fact, there he goes. He gets it. We are now going hard after him. Shaco's got his invisibility going. He's throwing it. And he's too slow. Did you see that? The damage actually went off and it still didn't stop him. Oh man, what a pain. But, you know, that's the break, so the game says he went back, he went back. So we're just going to push this wave out. Don't want any damage on our inner turret anyway. And we're going to go back. I've got a bunch of gold, I believe. Yeah, 1400, that's not too bad. Had a needlessly already, as well as blasting one, and I'm going to get a Rabadon's out of that. Alright, and Corky's pushing up in the bottom lane. Riven's pushing out the top lane. Fiora is visible, but there's no one to stop her from backing out. Trundle's gonna go around in his jungle for a while. We do have vision of him at this point. Shaco has the dragon up, and he's gonna use his abilities to take down dragon. And he's, I must say, even though he's not doing great in terms of ganks, I mean, he's got some assists, but really his early ganks were not very helpful. But he has gotten a couple dragons for us, and it is very helpful there. Okay, we got a big fight going down in the bottom lane. Let's look this up, because this is going to be interesting. Our bottom lane is getting pushed in hard. There's Trundle chomping on him. Varus is trying to follow up with damage, but then AoE comes in. I come in with my grass. Try to do what I can to get the kills. Corky's, however, gets both of those. I'm trying to work on Riven. She puts some damage out, gets Corky. I'm doing whatever I can to take down Riven. I even ignite her, and I do get the kill. I believe it was ignite damage. And Kennen gets Shaco, but Fiora gets Kennen. So overall, that's an ace for 2. And we're pretty happy with that. We decide, well, we're already in the bottom lane. We just got dragons, so there's no point in doing that. Let's push up the bottom lane. We have some minions with us. Let's see what we can do. Unfortunately, however, it's still just early enough in the game that the enemy is starting to res already. And both mid and top turret, are pushing in right into our turrets. But not really doing too much damage because we do have waves of our own as well. So overall, not too bad. We're doing what we can to siege up here. I make it a nice Q up on Varus. Put my W down, but in the end, we can't really get this turret at this time. Not quite in the right spot. So we decide we're going to get a little sneaky here. We're gonna wait, but then we decide, nope, we're just going to go after the blue. And here's the Trundle. I hold off until I see which way Trundle's going. Then I Q him, W him. That's plenty of damage. I believe I ulted him as well. Yes, I did. I did get the kill as well. I'm now 7-0-4, having a good game. I do enjoy playing Morgana as mid or support. Although it doesn't always go as well as this. And now we're trying to decide, are we going to siege bottom or are we going to siege mid? Kennen's there, so we have to watch out about a flank from the side. But Heimer's got his turrets, but we're going to just try to take him out. I've got my W. You can see Corky, this is why it's pretty rough to be Heimerdinger going against a Corky ADC, because unfortunately those turrets just go out real fast. See, Heimer's got 160 AP, that's a pretty good amount of AP, not great, but still, his turrets have some health, but it's just not enough. Meanwhile, Shaco and Fiora are doing some damage. Shaco's going to take out the red buff. Fiora's looking for Riven. She finds her. She's actually not. Oh, she does go after her. It's like, is she going to let her back out all the way? And Riven goes back in. Here comes attack junglers versus top laners. And Shaco was just kind of back out there because Fiora did, so they're just going to follow up here. Try to follow Trundle here. I think he's you can still in the top lane. Corky and I are seeing. Corky's going off this way. I'm just backing straight out. Corky's low on health. Varus is trying to get the kill, and he does get the kill right there. Good try by Corky, but unfortunately, because he split up from me, I wasn't really able to help him. And I was low myself, so I'd have also died. Shaco's gonna push in on the top lane. He's got Tiamat. Actually, it's turned into a full Ravenous. How's he doing on his stacks? He does barely have Power Flare. 1 stack in 28 minutes. Yikes. Well, he almost takes out the turret, but he is forced out of there. He uses invisibility. That's why Shaco picks a decent split push. Not because he's great on the damage on the turrets, but because he can escape with that invisibility quite easily, and the fear boxes as well. If it's not one getting your way, it's another. In fact, Usually it'll take two people to kill a Shaco. Pretty rare that you just have one person strong enough and with enough CC and so on to actually take Shaco down. Skarner's trying to get out of there. He's tanky, but he's taking a ton of damage from 3 members of their team. Heimer's taking a lot of damage from Shaco. Fiora is facing up against Riven. She's going to go in hard, I'll bet. There it is. There's the attack. But Riven's durability. Oh, Fiora's being pushed back.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed. Colorblind mode. There we go. There we go. Team Red. Just in case someone's watching this who is colorblind, sorry, and I'll try to remember that in the future. I even call them Team Red. Skarner and I took out the dragon. Didn't need Shaco in this case. Kennen's trying to go in on Corky, who seems low, but I'm coming in hard. There's my ult. There's my QW. We get the Kennen. Corky actually gets the kill, but I'm fine with that. I get the Trundle. I'm 809. Corky is 26 and 9. 26 and 9. And we're pushing back in. We've got one inhibitor down and one really low. Riven and Heimer are hoping to protect the inhibitor, but this is pretty rough even with the full turret setup. And now the ultimate setup. Nice Zanya's, I must say. That lets his turret do tons of work. However, he's still hanging around, and there's now 3 of us here, and I managed to wipe him out with my Q. I have 356 ability power at this point, so my Q does 600 damage. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of damage. Now you can see it's really getting close to the end of the game. 32 minutes, 44 to 20. And super minions are coming in. It might almost seem like we stayed too long, but we're just a little too strong. Even with them being near their base, we're just able to turn things on them over and over again. Honor to the red team for not surrendering. Good on them. You know, they do let us go ahead and destroy the Nexus. We've got all 3 inhibitors, and this keeps going down. I'm a bit of a tryhard, so even though I could be helping get kills or whatever, I just go straight for I'm just autoing the Nexus, even as an AP mage.
I am ancient. You are nothing more than an insect to me.
Yeah. So, there it is. It was a pretty good victory. I'll have to learn to play Morgana mid a little bit more. I usually, when I get a chance to play her, it's usually support, so my CSing is a little funky on her, and it's going to be a little funky always because of the using the W for CS. It's a little tricky trying to get all the CS when you've got AoE like that. But it is a lot of fun to play. I definitely recommend Morgana mid. It's It's a hard lane against most other mid laners. She's got a lot of answers. She's got her root. She's got strong AoE. They combine to make things even stronger. She's got a spell shield. You know, if she thinks she's in trouble, she can protect herself from CC. And then her ultimate is quite damaging. Let's see. And plus it stuns them if the second part of it goes off. The first part of it did 550 damage. It would do another 550 damage if I managed to get the second part off, plus stuns them. That's 1100 damage. That's a ton of damage. And I got decent ability power, but you can see I'm nowhere near a full build. I you know I was going after a void staff. I probably could have gotten a Zanya's or a DFG after that. So I mean I could easily have almost double that AP at some point, and it's not even necessary. It just does so much damage. The Q itself, 621 damage, and the Tormented Soil does more damage as they get lower health, which means if you peg them with the Q, you're already making their health lower, so the Tormented Soil does more damage. It's up to 240 damage basically every second if they're low on health. Yeah, for 5 seconds. So that's a ton of damage. Anyway, I recommend Morgana mid. It's a lot of fun. And thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.